at the RC Garage. In this video, I'll be working on the Team Associated T6.4 Bag 8. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to make our turnbuckles, and looking at the manual, all these turnbuckles are not the same size. So we have two different ones. We have a 67 millimeter length and 58 millimeter length turnbuckle. So the steering turnbuckle and the rear camber turnbuckles are going to use the same length, and then the front camber turnbuckles are going to use the 58 millimeters. So we can set those kind of aside. And notice Associated made a mistake in their manual. Steering is not spelled correctly. All right, anyway, we're going to get, it looks like all the turnbuckles are going to be the straight ones. We're not going to be using these two here. We want to get all of these off the parts tree. Now, if you take a close look at the turnbuckles, you'll notice that there is a notch on one side of the turnbuckles. This notch is to represent that these threads are left-hand threaded. So what we're going to do is make sure that we make a set for the left side and for the right side. And now we know that this side is left-hand threaded, so we know which direction to rotate as we install the turnbuckle, or as we install the ball cup. We're working on the steering turnbuckle, and all I did was put some light oil. You can also use some black grease that came in the kit, or you could use chapstick from what I've heard. So I'm going to leave a few threads exposed, and I'm not really going to worry about the total length or the length that is given in the manual. I think adjusting the turnbuckle once it's installed on the car is a lot easier. So I'm just going to make sure that I have an even number of threads, or close to it, visible on both ends, and then I'll go ahead and move forward. And take note that the steering turnbuckles, the ball cups are not going to be facing in the same direction. They're going to be, looks like, 90-degree offset from one another. So that being said, I'll make this the left-hand side turnbuckle. So this end will be facing down, and this end should be facing this way. So that's my left side steering. I'm going to go ahead and do the right side. And this way, the orientation, the left side, this is going to be for the right side of the steering. So the left side turnbuckle is going to be facing the rear of the car, and the right side is going to be facing down. Now we can make our front camber turnbuckle. And again, looks like the ball cups are going to be facing different directions. So take note of that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the left side first. All right, so this is the left side turnbuckle for this camber link. So the left side is going to be facing the rear of the car, and the right side is going to be facing down. So there's that. Go ahead and make the right side turnbuckle. Alright, so this is the right side turnbuckle. The left side will be facing down, and the right side will be facing back. Now we can make our rear camber turnbuckles. Let's go ahead and do the left side first. And these rear camber turnbuckles, the ball cups will be facing the same direction. So take note of that. So now we can go ahead and install them onto the chassis. So we can start with the steering first. And I grabbed my left steering turnbuckle. Make sure your notches are going to be facing left on all of your turnbuckles. Next, we can do our front camber turnbuckles. All right, everything is rotating nicely. Now we can do our rear camber turnbuckles. So have the left side of the car here, notches on the left side of the turnbuckle. So let's go ahead and install these. All right, everything moves nice and free. The reason for putting the notches all on one side of the car is so that way when you make adjustments to lengthen or shorten your turnbuckles, it's the same direction for each turnbuckle. All right, let's go ahead and measure and see and try to get close to the turnbuckle length that is in the manual. That way it'll give us a good starting point, but I don't really pay too much attention to this because it's going to change depending on the surface you're driving, and the setup you're going to do on your car depending on your electronics, etc., etc. So all right, let's go ahead and do, I got these to 43.5, so I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm going to do the front camber turnbuckles, which are supposed to be 37.7. It's right at 37, so I'm going to leave it like that. All right, so these are both 37. Now we can move on to the rear. The rear is supposed to be 50.7, and I'm at 50.4 here, so I'll leave it like that. All right, I'm at 50 millimeters for both rear. So this is the process that I do. I build it, then I put it on the chassis, get it close to the length that the kit wants it to be. And then once I put the wheels and tires, all the electronics, and then do my initial setup, that's when I really worry about getting everything perfect. So that's the end of bag 8. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Let me know down in the comments if you had any issues, and I'll do my best to help you out. Stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be bag 9, the shocks, and I'll see you all in the next one.